Hello everyone and welcome to SuttonsDaze. Today I thought we would chat a little bit about coping with the stay-home order and how we are or are not dealing with it. I'm an essential employee. I have the ability to work from home, so that's what we're doing. We are kind of rotating in as we can to take care of stuff that can only be handled in the office. I go in once or twice a week to do those kinds of tasks, and the rest of the time I'm home. I'm having conference calls, I am answering emails, but it's not the steady, constant work that I'm used to at the office. So there's a lot of time in between, and that causes a little bit of anxiousness because I don't know how involved I can get in a project. I have to make sure that my volume on my phone is turned up, which it never is. I can hear my phone vibrate across the house. So it's not something I've ever done, but I'm so petrified of missing a call that I have to have the ringer on. I'm one of those people that hasn't used an alarm clock for her daily life in a couple decades. My automatic clock wakes me up anywhere between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. Normally, if I'm sick, the tell is that I have slept past 7. But this is a new norm, temporary as it may be. And I've realized now that we are in the midst of, I believe, week 4, that there's a tell, that even though this is kind of like, wow, okay, I'm home, I can do stuff. I have a list for my lists, okay? But what I found is that even though I've got these lists and I've rewritten these lists, I've recreated these lists, I've broken down these lists, I've rearranged these lists, nothing's getting crossed off my list. And normally if I'm doing anything for like YouTube, it's waiting until the last minute to do it because I just don't have the motivation to get it done. Not being productive, even in comparison to prior to the stay-home order, okay? And that's not me. We're very busy, we're very productive, and we get a lot done, and we always have more to do. And I've always said that I'm not concerned about retirement and not having anything to do because my lists have lists. I have 3 lifetimes worth of things to do. I can't do a whole bunch of them, okay? So we cannot work on the house because we're not going to go against the stay-home order just to go pick up the lumber, because we're unsure about what's going on and how long it's going to go on. We're not spending a whole bunch of money without some kind of, guarantee of return. I'm not going grocery shopping for things to do the videos on because it doesn't make sense, and I don't want to go out. I don't want to risk Phil. I don't want to risk me. I mean, we've made a couple trips here and there, but I couldn't pass up on a butter sale when it came on sale. So we were up at 5 o'clock in the morning, left the house at 5:45. It takes us, it's 70 miles, and it takes us about an hour and 15 minutes to get there. And we were there, we were in, we were out. We were one of maybe 20 people in the entire place. And the whole time I was doing this, I was anxious. I was like, just get me back into the car where I can like drown myself in hand sanitizer and we can go home and I can stay home. We ventured out to drive through to get prescriptions, just a couple little miscellaneous things. I splurged on some bananas. That's a whole nother story. Anyway, so it's making me more anxious realizing that I'm not using this gift of time appropriately. And right now, it's a gift. I normally don't have the luxury of this kind of time. I'm not retired. I work every single day, and then I come home and we've got stuff that we do here. I mean, Phil's kind of, Phil's used to this. Phil's home, so he's kind of used to this, and he has a routine, which I have disrupted. He has projects, that he does or doesn't do depending on how he feels. And of course, the weather hasn't been great. My son is going away right now as we speak, and they're talking about snow. But we're kind of just in this holding place, and I can't get motivated to do the list of things that I have written down, rewritten down, reorganized multiple times, and get them ticked off my list so that when this is over, I can look back on it and go, oh, I got some things accomplished. So I'm going to try something new, and I thought that I would share it with you guys, and I would love to hear any suggestions that you have for people who are dealing with this. Darcy and I talked about it a little bit. Darcy has had the misfortune of being my friend, and we talk on Marco Polo almost daily. And so Darcy sees me at 10 o'clock in the morning with my hair still mussed up and still sitting in my pajama top and, you know, just being a hot mess going, I don't know what I'm going to do. And Darcy very calmly explained that, you know, it's a mild form of depression. I'm not somebody who suffers from depression. I know very little about it. I truly don't understand it. And so I was kind of like, well, depression? That can't be it, right? I don't get depressed. I think she's right. I think she's right. Chalk one up for Dars. She's a very smart lady. Anyway, so I started thinking about it this morning when I got up and said, you know, how can we combat this? How can I go back to work when this is over with and feel like I accomplished something, that I did something? That doesn't require me having to go out and purchase anything, doesn't require me to have to go out and be around people, that doesn't have me going against the stay home order, you know? So what can I do? I'm a list maker. So instead of just making my list and theoretically glancing at it every day, about 40 times a day, and saying I really need to do that, I assigned a day for each one of the tasks. Super simple, right? I created a video, by the time you guys see this, for the lemon drop jelly, okay? And that was on my list. And so, yeah, I got to cross it off. But I assigned it a day. So I said, okay, so on Wednesday the 8th, I'm going to make the video for lemon drop jelly. Okay, great. And then what else do I want to do? Well, that cigar stand has been sitting there half painted staring at me for, what, 3 weeks now. So I'm going to finish painting the cigar stand. I'm going to do that on Thursday the 9th. On Friday the 10th, I'm going to start my seeds. I'm woefully behind. I should be doing that today. And the minute I say I should be doing it, I'm like, I don't want to. I just don't want to. And that's part of the problem. So on Friday, I'm going to start my peppers and my tomatoes. And I'm going to inventory my seeds and see what I'm going to do. Phil and I chatted about it a little bit, and I'm probably going to start more than we actually need, just to have, because I had intended to start a whole bunch. We picked up a bunch of extra shelving. I had intended to pick up a whole bunch of it and offer them for sale on Marketplace. It did pretty good doing that last year, and I thought that'd be a really great way to bring some extra money into the house, right? And then this all hit, and then you can't buy seeds and you can't do this. And I'm like, well, I still have seeds. So maybe that would be a good thing to do. We'll see how it goes. Don't worry. I give away as many as I sell. So Friday, I'm going to plant the tomatoes and the peppers. Saturday, it's supposed to be nice, okay, for Michigan, northern Michigan in April. And so we're going to finish tying up. We have to... Our pigs are so small when we get them that they fit through the holes in the cattle panels. So we reinforce that by putting chicken wire around it so that they cannot fit through. Okay. So we have to go and tie up all of that. And, you know, if you saw on Instagram, I had my 1,000 count zip ties show up the other day. So we're going to be doing that on Saturday. On Sunday, I think it was Sunday. Sunday's supposed to be horribly cold. There's a turkey in the yard right now. Sunday, I think it's supposed to be really cold. So, I don't know if you saw this back, I don't know, this like almost a year ago now. I helped a friend make up a hand knit blanket, and I had picked up yarn at the same time. So I went and helped her do hers, get hers all figured out, showed her how to do it, came home and went, yeah, I don't really feel like doing this. And I have been moving that yarn around for about a year now. So on Sunday, I am going to make my hand knit blanket. Don't worry, I'll show you on Instagram. I really will. Monday, I'm going to make my next canning video for next week, the 52 weeks of canning. That's another thing. I'm having to rearrange. I plotted out this entire year, 52 weeks of canning, to bring you guys new, fresh, fun, exciting canning videos. And I'm concerned that with everything going on, I may not be able to do what I had originally planned. I'm having to move things up and down. If the farmer's market doesn't happen, I don't have a shroom connection for this year. There is no Aldi near me. So, you know, gonna have to really play a lot by ear as far as the 52 weeks of canning. It's gonna happen one way or another. It's gonna happen. But not the way that I had originally intended, you know? So Monday, I'm gonna do my next video for the 52 weeks of canning. Tuesday, I'm going to inventory and organize the pantry room. We started moving stuff around, you know, getting everything finished with the master bathroom, and some of the stuff ended up in there. There are a bunch of books that I had planned to get rid of, and they ended up in there. There's, you know, just all this different stuff, and it's like, okay, time to gain control of this room again. The last time that I was able to go out and pick up a few things, I need to find some place to put them in there. So just time to reorganize, assess, inventory. So that's what I'm going to be doing next Tuesday. Next Wednesday, I'm cleaning up the area that you cannot see, and that is my desk area. My desk area is functional, kind of, and it is my goal to make it more functional. I had books next to my monitor that have to go. They had to go because the cats kept knocking them over. And so I moved them, and now both cats take naps up there, and, you know, so they're messing up everything else. So I need to get all of my paperwork organized, all of my tax stuff, because we didn't get in before the shutdown. Get all my tax stuff organized, get, you know, everything done, organized, completed, transfer anything onto the computer that I need to. So that's the first weekish of how this is going to go. I figured if I keep adding things to my to-do list, that if I assign them a date, I can make it happen. Well, today, the day that I'm filming this, my task was to finish painting the cigar stand. I still need to do another coat, and I need to flip it upside down and do the underside, and then it will be done. And that will be off my list. I can check it off my list, and it's done for today. So what do I do in the interim? Well, I've had to check my work email a few times. I've had to make a few work phone calls. I have a conference call in a couple hours. And so I'm weaving all of that in between. And in the meantime, I'm reading the posts in the Facebook group. And today's, how many things can you make with this, you know, item is like a Bisquick or a pancake mix. And so there's a lot of really great ideas on there. And so I decided, because I actually thought, you know, maybe if I can get a pickup order or something. Wow, I'm really craving comfort foods that are not good for me. But waffles, I can't get waffles out of my head. Waffles and bananas, I'm just weird. Anyway, so I thought, you know, I'll get some frozen waffles that we can just pop in the toaster if and when we feel like it. Well, why would I buy them? I can make them, and it takes up some of this precious time that I don't want to waste. And we'll have homemade waffles in the freezer, because I can only make them 2 at a time. It's going to take a while. I also want to make some banana bread today. I'm still working off those bananas I picked up, that really great sale. I'll link that. So trying to fit in, but having that one task off of my major to-do list assigned to a day. And that day I need to get up and I need to do it. And then I can fill in other stuff other ways. Today's going to be mainly a kitchen day after I'm done painting. But tomorrow I'm going to be in the dirt. So while I wrote down starting tomatoes and peppers, I'll probably start a few other things too. I'll get the grow station all situated. I'll get it all set up so the cat can't get into it and do all those kind of things. So this was my idea for how to better manage some of my time. I need to make use of, my recumbent bike. I need to get on there and do that. I need to be doing things, because otherwise, apparently, I put my neck out by staring at my phone. I am really, really tired of my phone. I wasn't a big fan of it beforehand, but I am really tired of it now. So I'm curious. I would love to hear any suggestions or motivations that keep you guys moving and using this gift of time to the best of our ability, because it truly is a gift. Okay, it's an inconvenient, unfortunate gift, and we need to look at it like that, because I don't want all of this time to go by and then go back to life as close to what it was as it will be, and say, I missed a really great opportunity. And I don't want you guys to do it either. let's embrace this gift and use it to the best of our ability to get some things done. So, what are some of those tasks that you want to do? What are your ideas for checking them off your list? How are you keeping yourself motivated and moving and interactive? I would love to hear your suggestions in the comment section below. Let's all help each other get through this just a little bit better. Remember, if you like what we do here, please hit that like, subscribe, and share. Check us out on Instagram and Facebook. And until next time, everybody, please stay home and be safe.